if you're emotionally trying to develop emotional intelligence, how does I think this one's for Hetal, how does the process of elevating or increasing your emotional intelligence happen?
It's very interesting because as Dana was just speaking, I think it ties very well to what she was saying just now about, starting not just having empathy with others, but with yourself. And you are right. And, it starts with yourself. But if you look at emotional intelligence and if I were to just simplify it, it's just two main components, yourself and others. Okay. And when you talk about the journey of elevating your emotional intelligence when it comes to yourself, it's really it starts with knowing that at the given moment or time, what are you feeling? What are you actually going through? It's I call it taking stock of your emotions. How often do you actually do that? And that's where it starts. It's like, when you enter a mall or when you're actually going somewhere and you're going to put something on a GPS, you need to first know where you are if you're going to know where you're going to, end up. So that knowing where you are is actually taking stock of your emotions. And
So now that Hetal has more or less gave us a bigger picture of what emotional intelligence is, now let's talk about empathy since it's usually confused. So Anna, um, after emotional intelligence, can you help us further by explaining what then is empathy and how does it relate to emotional intelligence?
Okay, so empathy is a very powerful skill for the 21st century. Until now, and definitely forward. Having said that, it is connected to emotional intelligence, which we're going to understand in a minute. Empathy is the ability to emotionally read and understand someone else's point of view. I can agree or disagree with that, but I can understand and read emotionally why they act the way they act, why they're coming from the way they're coming. In order to do that very well, when you have high EQ, high and emotional intelligence, it's easier for you to do that because you're in the state automatically. But for people that don't have it automatically or naturally, it's okay to practice by looking at people, the way they act, trying to analyze it, journal it, and then to ask the question to make sure they really understand. The easiest way to do it is actually to do it on yourself first, to see what you think, how you feel about it, what are your actions accordingly, and then to analyze it, to be empathetic toward yourself, to analyze and understand the process of it. So the empathy is actually the action outside. Emotional intelligence is something that you have, as Ethel was explaining, that allows you to take it outside and to act.
Oh, it's getting clearer. So, how is it? There are some that would recommend that you just fake it until you make it. What's the right balance, or how do you um, do it properly, I guess?
What I learned is that confidence can be nurtured, confidence can be trained, but confidence is not the same as charisma. Charisma is a gift from within that you have, but you need to develop the gift. What happens if you don't develop a gift? Your gift will be lost. Your gift will not be able to be utilized to the fullest. So in short, behaviorism is short term, but if we want to look at long-term sustainable confidence, which is fruit, we need to look at the discovery from within, an inside-out transformation.
Okay,
Mm.
thank you. Okay, question
Sure.
for you, Jojo,
Okay.
about the subconscious intelligence. It's it's different from emotional intelligence,
Oh yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
where does it go between empathy, emotional intelligence, and subconscious intelligence?
Okay. Uh, it's like this. Do you have a friend, like for example, I know Hetal, Jeremiah, maybe you have this. We have friends that cannot control their anger, right? And then I have had that. I have had a friend who would burst like a volcano, yeah, from time to time. Then he will come to me uh, crying, why did I do that? And all. Yeah. And then, of course, he's already aware of that kind of behavior. And yet, he cannot control himself to remove that. And what I've found is this: when people have recurring emotional issues, yeah, they actually have a baggage from the past. And often the baggage is created, believe it or not, when we were between age 1 to 12 years old. A lot of our programming was created during that time. And it is only by using techniques of subconscious intelligence that you will be able to let the person reframe, go back to the past, learn from that particular event in the past so that they will change their behavior today.